The Mongol Empire. Vast, powerful, hungry. These nomadic warriors conquered lands from Asia to Europe. But behind every great conquest is a well-fed army. What fueled these fierce warriors? Their diet was surprisingly diverse and resourceful. It played a crucial role in their military successes. Forget fancy feasts. This was food for survival, endurance, and domination. Saddle up, folks. We're about to dig into a warrior's diet. The Mongols were masters of their environment. They knew how to extract every ounce of sustenance from the land. Their diet was practical, portable, and packed a nutritional punch. Let's break down the key ingredients that kept these warriors fighting fit. Food held a deeper significance for the Mongols. From the vast steppes to the heat of battle, food was their constant companion. Meat, the lifeblood of the Mongol warrior's diet. And when you're traversing vast plains on horseback, you need serious fuel. Sheep were the stars of the show. Plentiful and relatively easy to herd, they provided the Mongols with mutton and lamb. A hearty stew simmered over an open fire? Yes, please. But the Mongols weren't picky eaters. Goats and cattle also graced their plates. Beef, with its rich flavor, was a welcome treat. These animals provided not just meat but also milk, hides, and even bones for tools. Talk about maximizing resources. Horse meat, the taboo delicacy. While not their everyday fare, horse meat was reserved for special occasions and times of desperation. During long campaigns, when supplies ran low, the Mongols would consume their most trusted companions. It was a necessity for survival. Meat may have been king, but dairy was queen in the Mongol Empire. The rolling steppes provided the perfect environment for raising livestock. And where there's livestock, there's dairy. The Mongols were masters of transforming milk into a variety of tasty and nutritious products. Yogurt, a staple in many cultures, was a particular favorite. Tangy, refreshing, and packed with probiotics, it was the perfect way to cool down on a hot day. And let's not forget cheese. The Mongols were skilled cheesemakers, crafting both hard and soft varieties from the milk of their herds. Dairy wasn't just a source of flavor, it was a nutritional powerhouse. Rich in calcium, protein, and essential vitamins, it helped keep the Mongol warriors strong and healthy. Imagine this, you're a Mongol warrior, embarking on a months-long campaign. You can't exactly pack a cooler full of steaks and cheese. So, what's a hungry warrior to do? Enter the world of Mongol food preservation. These nomads were masters of making their food last, no matter how far they roamed. One word, borts. This dried meat, often made from beef or mutton, was a staple of the Mongol warrior's diet. Thinly sliced and air-dried, it could last for months, providing a vital source of protein on the go. Think of it as the original jerky, but with a Mongolian twist. But it wasn't just meat they preserved. Dried curds, known as arul, were a common sight in saddlebags. These hard, cheese-like snacks provided a burst of energy and flavor. These preservation techniques were essential for the Mongols' nomadic lifestyle. Culinary Quirks, Mongol ingenuity in food preparation. The Mongols were masters of adaptation, and their culinary traditions were no exception. Limited by their nomadic lifestyle, they developed ingenious methods for preparing food using minimal equipment and resources. These weren't your average campfire recipes, these were culinary hacks born out of necessity and honed by generations of nomadic wisdom. One such technique involved tenderizing meat under their saddles. Yes, you read that right. The Mongols would place tough cuts of meat under their saddles before riding. The constant pressure and body heat would help break down the tough fibers, resulting in a more palatable meal. Another curious culinary quirk involved using hot stones for cooking. Lacking modern cooking vessels, the Mongols would heat stones in a fire and then add them to water-filled animal stomachs. This makeshift pot would slowly heat the water, allowing them to cook soups and stews. These examples highlight the Mongols' resourcefulness and ability to adapt to their environment. Adaptability and resourcefulness, the key to culinary survival. The Mongol Empire spanned a vast geographical area, from the steppes of Mongolia to the forests of Eastern Europe. This meant encountering a diverse range of climates, terrains, and available food sources. But the Mongols, ever adaptable, took these challenges in stride, adjusting their diet and culinary practices to suit their surroundings. In regions where game was plentiful, they would hunt deer, boar, and even wild birds to supplement their diet. Near rivers and lakes, they would fish, utilizing simple but effective techniques. They were also known to gather wild onions, berries, and other edible plants, adding variety and essential nutrients to their meals. This adaptability was crucial to their success. It allowed them to live off the land, replenishing their supplies and maintaining their mobility even on long campaigns. They weren't bound by any one type of cuisine, they were masters of culinary improvisation. The importance of fermented foods aiding digestion on the go. Let's face it, life on the steppe was rough. Long days on horseback, exposure to the elements, and a diet heavy on meat and dairy could take a toll on even the toughest warrior's digestion. But the Mongols had a secret weapon: fermented foods. Enter arag, a fermented mare's milk drink that's been a staple of Mongolian culture for centuries. Slightly alcoholic and with a tangy, sour flavor, arag might not sound appealing to everyone, but it played a vital role in the Mongol diet. The fermentation process produced beneficial bacteria that aided digestion, helping to break down those heavy meals and keep their guts happy. The Mongols also fermented other dairy products such as yogurt and cheese, further enhancing their nutritional value and digestibility. These fermented foods were essential for maintaining the health and well-being of the Mongol warriors. Beyond sustenance, the social significance of food in Mongol culture. Food for the Mongols wasn't just about fuel, it was a social glue, binding them together in a shared cultural identity. Meals were a time for camaraderie, storytelling, and strengthening the bonds between warriors. Imagine huddling around a crackling fire after a long day's ride, sharing stories and laughter over bowls of steaming stew. One of the most important aspects of Mongol food culture was the concept of hospitality. Sharing food with guests, even strangers, was considered a sacred duty. It was a way of welcoming them into their homes and showing respect. This generosity extended even to their enemies, who were often offered food and drink before negotiations or battles. Food also played a central role in Mongol celebrations and rituals. Feasts were held to commemorate victories, honor ancestors, and mark important events in the community. These gatherings were a time for feasting, drinking, singing, and dancing, reinforcing social bonds and strengthening the sense of community. The nutritional impact: how Mongol cuisine fueled conquests. The Mongol conquests were nothing short of extraordinary. These warriors, often outnumbered and outgunned, managed to conquer vast empires and establish one of the largest contiguous land empires in history. While their military prowess and strategic brilliance undoubtedly played a crucial role, their diet also deserves some credit. The Mongol diet, rich in protein, fat, and essential nutrients, provided them with the energy and stamina they needed to endure long campaigns and grueling battles. The high protein intake from meat and dairy helped build and maintain muscle mass, while the fat provided a sustained source of energy. The consumption of fermented foods aided digestion and boosted their immune systems, protecting them from illness in often harsh conditions. The variety of wild plants and herbs they consumed provided essential vitamins and minerals, further bolstering their health. In essence, the Mongol diet was perfectly tailored to their demanding lifestyle. Comparing Cuisine's Mongol food versus other warrior cultures. The Mongols weren't the only warriors with a penchant for hearty, protein-packed meals. Throughout history, warrior cultures around the world developed unique culinary traditions to fuel their conquests. So, how did the Mongol diet stack up against the competition? The Roman legions, famed for their discipline and organization, relied heavily on a simple but nutritious porridge called pulse, made from grains like barley or wheat. They also consumed bread, cheese, and occasionally meat, often in the form of rations. The Vikings, known for their seafaring prowess and raiding parties, had a diet rich in fish, seafood, and wild game. They also consumed dairy products, bread, and preserved meats. Their love for fermented foods, like skyr, a type of yogurt, and fermented fish, mirrored the Mongols' appreciation for gut-healthy bacteria. The samurai of Japan, with their emphasis on honor and martial arts, followed a relatively simple diet based on rice, vegetables, and seafood. Compared to these examples, the Mongol diet stands out for its heavy reliance on meat and dairy, its emphasis on preservation and portability, and its adaptability to different environments. A culinary legacy: the enduring influence of Mongol foodways. The Mongol Empire may have declined centuries ago, but its culinary legacy lives on. The dishes and culinary traditions developed by these nomadic warriors continue to influence cuisines across Asia and beyond, a testament to their enduring impact on the world. In modern Mongolia, many of the foods and cooking techniques developed by their ancestors are still practiced today. Borts, arag, and other traditional dishes remain staples of the Mongolian diet, passed down through generations and enjoyed for their unique flavors and cultural significance. The Mongol influence can also be seen in the cuisines of neighboring countries, such as China, Korea, and Russia. Dishes like dumplings, noodles, and various meat preparations bear the mark of Mongol culinary traditions, adapted and incorporated into local cuisines. The Mongol Empire may be a distant memory, but their culinary legacy serves as a reminder of their adaptability, their resourcefulness, and their enduring impact on the world.